Welcome back. This is a part 2. Last week we started our project and we laid out the HTML. This week we will start working on the styling. As you can see, I have it open already. Just our HTML for now. Well, this week in this tutorial we'll start the SASS. So first and first, in this tutorial I'll be using Prepros to compile my SASS. It's free. All you had to go to prepros.io and download it, or you can use the default extension, the wash SASS extension from Visual Studio, but I'll be using this. So if you want to use it, go ahead and download it. I will leave a link in the description below. Download that, install it, and you should have something like this, and just drag your file here, your folder. So we go, and it also give you live preview. So I will right click, choose open preview, and I have it right here. I will use it to compile my SASS. This is the finished project. This is how it's gonna look like after we style everything today. So let's get started. So before we get started, you can see right here I have but in the last tutorial I forgot to add it. So be sure to add it right here inside the hero. Right here, make sure to add this right here. So with that, let's go through the SASS files. So inside of the SCSS right here, you have a folder called abstracts, base, component, layout, and pages. The abstract contain our mixin and variable. Right now we're empty. The mixin also is empty. We have base, we have our base, styling, empty, our typography, utilities, all of those are empty for now. For the component, we have a button, cards, folder, form on the headers, and a search. And then for layout, we just had a grid. And then for the page, it's empty for now. You can see the main SCSS is our file that we're gonna use to import the rest of these files, those partials. So first thing, let's import the Google fonts. We're gonna use a Google font called Poppins. So let's do that. So go to fonts.google.com, and here search for Poppins P. Right here you can see this right here. Click it, and we need this one, the lights. So choose select style. We need a regular, so choose select style, and then we need a bold, the 700 here. I choose select style, and right here choose embed, and choose the add import, and copy this from here to here. Copy it, and we paste it right here, and that's it. We save it. Nothing. If you have the Prepros, it will automatically compile to it. It will create a CSS folder and put the main.css inside of it. So we open it, we have it right here. If you're using the extension, it will create the CSS file inside of the SASS files. So let me close this one out for now. And inside our HTML, we're gonna link to the new CSS file right here. So in here we have, go to the CSS folder, the CSS /main.css. Now nothing happens here, so I will close this one out and resize my browser so I can have both on the same. Let's switch others. So I just resize it so both can be on the same line next to each other like this. So that's our CSS. We import the Google fonts. Now next, let's create some variables for our website. For example, you can see we have like the colors, the fonts, all of this. So let's create a variable for font for the colors. So inside of your abstract folder, choose the variable, the SCSS, and then let's start it. So to find the variable, the colors that we're using, you can look inside your picture images. You can see this color.palette.jpg. Click that, it will show you the color palette. So let's start with the color scheme. So color scheme. Sorry. And here let's start with this yellow. So I will call it the accent color, and value is FDC 646. We give it that orange looking color, and from that we will create our accent color. You can see when you hover over it, it's a little bit darker, so we create that one. So I'm gonna say $ accent dark color, and its value gonna be E7A304. And from that we can create a body text. You can see this is not pure black. And the value is 1C0F13. And we're gonna create a folder. Sorry, right here, the other one. For the color, you can see a bit dark blue. For the BG for background color, and the value is 00072D. And then we can create our another color of white color. That's this right here, this background color, this right here. So I will call it off white dash color, and the value is F8 F9 F9. After that, create another one, light gray color, and that value is E4 E5 E7. And that light gray color is this right, this border color for the inputs. And then from that we create our danger color, and that will be for the errors. And its value is 8422722. Nah, $. And then we create a white color, white will be our background, the body background color. So F F F F F F. So 6 Fs. We save it. Nothing happens. So we can go back to the main.scss and I'm gonna import our variable. Let's see. So import and specify the folder, so abstract slash variable. And see right here, you don't need the SCSS or the underscore. So you just like this, we save it, a compile. When we open it, nothing show up here because the variable we don't compile to CSS. You won't find them here. Now let's create type variable for a typography. So let me go down a little bit. A font family. I will set it to Poppins. And if there's no Poppins, we default by 20 any sans serif font. Make sure is a comma right here. And then we do the font weight. So I have lightweight. Which should be 300. We have a regular weight. Sorry. Which will be 400. We have our bold weight. Which will be 700. We save it. Nothing happened. Nothing changed on the website right here. And we see nothing here. So let's start styling the website first. Let's start with the body. So let's go back to that base. No, first let's create a border missing for the border. So let's go back to our missing right here. Create a missing for border. Okay, add simple called missing, and then we give it a name called border. And we give it some variable here for width, so we can choose the width that we want. I give it a style. Our border style, and then give it the color. And here I will set the border equal to those variables. So width, style, and color. And I will set our default value here. So this one I will set to 2 pixels. And for this one, the style I will set to solid. And for color, I've set to light gray, or light gray variable. I save it, nothing happens, so we go back here and we import it. So we say add imports again, abstract, find the missing, save it, everything works. come back here, nothing shows right here. So now that we have our border, let me close this one. I go back to the base, choose the base, and find our base SCSS right here, and we're gonna start our basic styling. So first, I will reset the padding and margin. As you can see, some of these have some padding and margin by default, so I will remove those. So I will use the universal selector with the asterisk, which is the asterisk. Open it and set padding to 0, margin to 0. As soon as I save it, nothing happens. So let's go and import it right here. So let's import our base styling. At import base. Save it. You can see everything squished together right here. So let's go back to the base. So and we set back sizing to border backs to make sure the padding that we add later doesn't add to the width to make the element bigger than what it need to be. From there, let's start the root element, which is the HTML. So say HTML. We say height to 100%. Set font size to 10 pixels. We'll come back here and change this, because we won't be using 10 pixels. For example, let me comment this one out. See, by default is 16 pixels, but as soon as I set the root element, the HTML to 10 pixels, everything become 10 pixels. But in this tutorial, we'll be using RAM, which is another unit. These are relative to the HTML. So if we set this to 10 pixels, that means one RAM will goes to 10 pixels. If we set to 12, one RAM will goes to 12 pixels. Which make it like very responsive. For example, you want a smaller screen to be 10 pixels and a bigger screen to be 12 pixels. It becomes easier to change using RAM, so you don't have to be doing a lot of calculation. But we come back to this a little bit later. So let's go back to the body. It's click font family. We said font family to our variable font family with Poppins. Save it. You can see it changed a little bit. This is width to 100%, and set a main height to 100%. Set the background color, the body background color to our white color. It's already white background color. And set a color to our body text color. Text color right here. And a font weight to be the regular weights. And we set the line height to 1.5. Line height is the space between, for example, this space right here, from here to here, is the line height. A better way to show it to you is right. See this space right here in between the first line and the second line is the line height. So I set this one 1.5, and I will set the overflow X set to heading. So what does overflow does, as you can see right here, you can see this line, there's something, you can see this image is bigger than the screen, so it shows this scrolling. This is the X and this is the Y. So overflow X heading, we hide it. So let me save it. You will see it disappear. And we set a font size to 16 pixels. Now everything look a bit bigger. From there, like our images, every image on our website, let's say max width to be 100%, because you can see this one is bigger than the screen, so that's a percent. It shrink a little bit. I will set this height to auto. Set display to block. By default is an inline element. I say objects fade to cover. And from the image we get our anchor element, I element, and our span. I set display to inline block, and from here we get our element which we use for our icons. We set color to the accent. We save it. Now let's go back here. You can see our icon had this color, and from there let's go back to the anchor element. We give it the color to be the accent. You can see if I had this line underline, so we can get rid of that. Was the test decoration to be none. We save it, get rid of it. Now we want that when we put our mouse over to change color, so we're gonna use the pseudo element hover. So at ampersand hover, and we wanted to change the color to the dark, assign dark color right here. Save it, and then you can see a change, but the change happens so fast, so we need the high level transition, so it's nice. So I can say transition, I specify what the property, so I want the color this case, and how long do I want it for. I say 23 seconds, and I say the transition timing function, I say is and out. That's it. Save it. Now you can see nicer. And for this we're gonna be using a lot of transition. For example, we can use it for this one, the icon, so I'm gonna create a mixin. So let's go back to our abstract mixin and create transition mixin. So add mixin transition parentheses. I want to give it some variable. You can see we have the property, the duration, and the timing function. So I will give it a property duration, and the easing function. And here I'll set a transition to this property duration and easing function. Now let's set a default value for this one. I will set it to all, down transition everything, and for the duration I will set it to 0.3 second, and for the easing I say another one called ease out. I save it. Now I can use it here. Now instead of including writing this, I can just say at include, and I'll make send them transition. Now I can leave it like this. If I leave it like this, and I check out my main.css and scroll, we get it right here. Oh, sorry, I put a comma right. There's no supposed to be no comma right here. Save it. Now you can see it had everything. Now I can change this one. Since I don't want everything, I just want a color. I can go back here and then open the parentheses, say property, and change it to color. Save it and go back here. Now I change the color. You can see that this does CSS right here. I will do the same thing for this one also. So I include transition, so it still look nice. And here for the our link, I don't basically have the bullet points, so let's remove those. So say li list style, let's set to none. So let's go back here, talk about the I want to use RAM to say that 10 pixels 1 RAM equals 10 pixels. By default, the default value for your page is 16 pixels. The browser default font size 16 pixels. But if you set this to static to 10 pixels, and let's say your user want to change the default to like 18 pixels, then it doesn't matter how many times, how much we zoom it, we all want to remain 10 pixels. So we need a way to make it flexible and dynamic. So when you change it, I can change to whatever we want. So we can use percentage. So use something like since 16 pixels, we get our desired. So we return it to a percentage of the default font size. So we want one RAM to be 10 pixels. So 10 pixels out of 10 divided by 16. We give you, so we have a 10 divided by 16. We give it a 0.62, 0.625. So we get something like percentage 62.5%. So if we set this to 62.5%, now the user can change the default font size to 18, and we change dynamically, so it won't be started, so it won't just remain 10 pixels at all time. but in this case we just want it to be 10 pixel. I save this. Let me close this one off. Now 1 RAM will become 10 pixel. So right here we can change this to 1.6 RAM, 1.6 RAM. Save it. Nothing, change it because it's 16. And let's create a variable to store this one in. So let's go back to our variable folder right here. Let's create font base font size, and a smaller screen. Since we're doing mobile first, for small mobile or to larger desktop, so I would say for a smaller screen, so base font size, SM stand for small. I will set it to the 62.5%. 10. And for our larger screen, I set so I say LG, say 75%. So that would be like 12 pixel. So 12 divided by 16. So we go back here for the HTML. It's right here. So the base, but a small. Now I'm gonna remain 10 pixel everywhere. So 10 pixel here. We're gonna scroll it down. But we want our larger screen to be 12 pixel. So let me resize this. Now let's create other variable for the font size. Heading 1, for the heading 1, let's set it to 40 pixel on smaller devices. 40. Since for so far RAM, and for semicolon here. Heading 2 to be 3 RAM. And for the heading 3 to be 2.5 RAM. So 25 pixels. And with that, let's go back to our base right here. No, sorry, not the base, the typography. And let's work on it. First, for the paragraph, for every paragraph, I want to add a margin at the bottom. So margin, or 16 pixels, so 1.6 RAM. Now we get the heading 1 to heading 3. Heading 1, heading 3, 2, and then heading 3. The color inherits. The font weights to be the bold weight, and the line height to be 1.2. You save it, nothing changes. Now let's start individually. So heading 1, font size to be the H1 right here. I'll copy this and paste it real quickly. So this will be click Alt and select both at the same time, heading 2. Same for this. 3. Save it. Now we have to import our typography. So we do this. I save it. You can see it changes right here. So let me close on the missing. So we check our compile CSS and see everything right here. I will close this one out. Close the base out, and then here. And that'll be it for the typography for now. So we close this one out. Close the variable and close the main for now. So let's start from top to the bottom. So our first will be the header right here. So let's do that. So let's go back to the main and then import our header, which is inside the component. So add imports. So it's right here. Components. Header. Save it. Nothing fancy, but let's get started. Let me close this one out. Let me open the header. So I will select my header and I will give it a width of 100%. Inside the header we have a header nav. This we come back to the container later. At the header nav we hold the logo and the item, the search and the mobile icon. So we get the header nav. Again, you can see we 2 underscore right here. So this is a header. This do the again like header nav and do this. We can just use the ampersand right here and will be the same as what I just did before. So I will set this to position, to relative. I will explain this later. Set the display to flex. I set justify content to space between. I say align item to center, so it should be line vertically in the center. I will give it a padding of 2 rem, top and bottom, and 0 left and right. Save it. See right here. Let me add a little border so we can see what we're styling. So let me give this one border side, include border, a border mixin. Save this. You can see this is our header. Now let's get to the logo. Ampersand logo. Get the A because it's an anchor element, so we can click. Get A. Since it's a word, I will give it a color to be the body. Text color. Font size be the heading 2, and the font weight to be bold weight. I have bold weight variable. I save it, and we see it right here. Now from that, you get a header items, header nav item. And some space right here. So this is the header nav item, this right here. So we want to, on a mobile device, we want to set them to this side right here. So when you click, it's gonna show. When you click, it's gonna show and hide. First of all, that I will use a position again. And this time set a relative. I can set another value config, and I save it. It got taken out of the content. Now this no longer right here. So let me give it a little border so you can see. You can see nice right here. It's no longer part of this flow right here. So for that, I will give it the height of 100%. 100%. Save it and stretch. And give it a width of 50%. So we take 50% of the screen. Now you can see it's like all the way on the top right here. So I want center, I want to like position it, so I can use the top 0 and left 0. I save it. You can see now everything is in line right here. You can only use top and left, bottom right, and the position fixed, relative, or absolute. In this case, we're using the fix. Now give it a background color of off-white. Save it. Now let me get rid of the border. You see it's on top of this menu right here. And we give it a padding of 4 rem, top and bottom, and 0 left and right. So it pushed the item a little bit to the bottom. Now this is showing by default we want it to be hidden. So when you click, it will slide in. When you click, it will slide out. So for that, I will say transform, translate x to be negative 100%. I save it. It disappears. And I give it a little transition. So as include transition. A property will be transformed. Now let me get rid of this so we can be able to style the list item instead of it. So this one shows again. So let's start a list item, each one of these. So let me get here. Header list. I'm gonna get the anchor element inside of it. Says color to the body text color. Save it. You can see now I change color for the orange from the orange to the black. set display by the face inline element, so it take the width of its content. So as you can see here is you can click it, but only when you hover here, but you won't be able to click it even if your mouse is right here. So you can set the display to be black. Now it works everywhere. And like give it some spacing, top and bottom, left and right. So I say padding to be one round everywhere. So now it gives some space. Now when we hover, we want to change the color, so it adds some hover to it. Hover to be the color accents. Now let's see. Now you can see. Now for the first one, see we are on the home page. Let's give it a class to show that we are on our home page. So go back to the index, inside of the header, find the URL, and for the first one, give it a class. So the li, give it a class called active. Save it. Nothing happens. So in here, we're gonna say if the li has a class of active, make sure the a is like highlighted. So we can say ampersand that active, and choose the a inside of it. You can say color active. No, sorry, not here, not this one. Let me get rid of this. Outside right here, outside the a. So we are inside of our header list. So say header list, and it has the class active. Got the a inside of the header list, and set color to be the accent color. You can see it right here. So that's the header list. Now let's talk about search. The search had two parts. We had let me get rid of this. So let me add this again. Now for the search had multiple parts. They had the search icon and had the search form. So we're gonna be inside the header. We're gonna be styling the search icon, and then we're gonna go back to the search component right here and start a search form. But right now let's style the search icon. So after this header list, go down a little bit, search, and get a search dash icon, and set the font size to be 3 rem. Save it. I can see we set the cursor to pointer. Now I give it a hand that can be click. So that's that. So let's style this real quickly. So go back to your open the inside the components, find our search the SCSS, click it, and let's go back to main and let's import it. So here I'll say import again, import our search. Close this. Now here I'm gonna style it. Inside the HTML, we got our search right here. We got our form. We got this class search form search. I'm gonna grab it, and here we're gonna start styling it. Paste it. we're gonna set its position to absolute instead of fixed. It's gonna be absolute. We save it. Now see it got out right here. So we're gonna say it's width to 100%, and height to 100%. So now this search form right here is position absolutely relative to the header element. If we go back to the CS right here, we have the search right here, the form. Go back to our header, you can see our header nav get the position relative. So this search like this position absolute inside of the header nav. If we did not set this one to relative, then we get to the body. Maybe the body, now nothing happens here. But it's important that you set a parent element to relative before you set a child to absolute right here. So we set our top to 0, left to 0, and now we display as flex, display, inline, flex, save it. Now let's give it a little bit border so you can see what we're doing. And give it another color. Let's say the danger color. So this the whole form right here, and the input inside of it. So let's make sure this one in line in the center, the middle right here. So I said that's why we said display flex. We set the inline item to center. Save it. Now you can see it's centered in the middle. To make sure it will remain on top of everything, we're gonna give it a product called z-index. We're gonna set it to a number. Let's say 25. Nothing happens here, but make sure it's on top of everything. We give it a little transition. So when we use JavaScript and once we click this, it can show up nicely. Now let's style the element, these inputs. You can see right here is running inside of form group, and the import had a class of search. So let's grab the form group, set position to relative, and set its width to be 100%. Nothing happens. And let's get this I right here. I'm gonna set this one to absolute. That's why I set this the group to relative. Set tab to 50%. Set right to 4 RAM. So from here, like 4 RAM. I save it and see position right here. Now set its font size to 3 RAM. So appear a little bit bigger. The position as a cursor, pointer. So give you the impression I can click. Now you can see it's not really in the center, in the middle. So we're gonna do transform, translate y. Since the tab is a tab right here, so we're gonna select a y, go negative 50%. Save it. Now it's in the middle. Now after the form group, we're gonna get a input, this one right here. So I'm just gonna say input, say background color to be white, say display to be black, by default it's inline, and then I would say it's width to 100%. So it take the full width, and I set some padding to give some space inside of padding to 2 rem. Well, watch what happen when I'll type something out of the way. See, it goes right through this icon, so let's give it some padding so it doesn't go through it. So we say padding right, the right to be 8 rem. I save it. Now at this tab right here, I did this. I would say I can see when you click it, you have this outline right here. So I can say outline to be none. I say font size, not font outline to be 2 rem. So a lot bigger and nicer, and we add some border to it. So I add include border for our mixing, and then add some transition. So when we hover it, we can change the border color, and when we click it, we can also change the border color. So add include transition. So here we're going to say hover, and then we're going to get a focus also, which is when we click on it. So we can change the border color to be the accent color. Save it. You can see now it's all ready. As you can see. So that's the input field. So let me get rid of this extra border that I put on top here. This one. Get rid of this. And then let's hide it. So when we get the JavaScript, we're gonna make it shows when we click on the search icon. So let's set opacity to be 0, and visibility to be hidden. Save it, disappear. Now let's create a class right here. The show search. We're gonna use in the JavaScript to show the search, and say opacity to be 1, and visibility to be visible. Now when the search form has this class attached to it, it will show, and when the class get removed, it will go back to the default right here. So now it's not working. We don't have a JavaScript. So we go back to the header, and let's finish the menu icon right here. Let me close this so I have some space. So down here it's called header mobile. That's what class we give to it. see, let me close this right here, header mobile. We have these three span, or classical line. So for the header mobile, I can set a position to be relative. Let's set a width to be 5 rem, and our height again to be 5 rem, and an overflow to heading. I set a cursor to pointer. Now nothing happened, so let's add some borders so you can see what we're working with. So you can see this right here. Now let's get our line inside of it. I'll span with a line class. So line. Set the width to 100%. So it take 100% of its parent width. So from here to here. And I will set the position to absolute. I set its height to 0.3 rem, so 3 rem, 3 pixel. I set background color to be body text color, and it says right to be 0. So we all stick to this right side 0. I save it. Now all of them are stacked on top of each other. So now we need to start separating them. So first I will get the top. From the top, I want it to be 33%. So it's kind of in the middle, right here. Now let's get a second one and a third one and move them. So I say use the pseudo select nth child specify the one I want, so 2, the second one, so I put 2 there. I says width to be 80%, and top to be 50%. And you can see right here. And the third one, I said nth child again, so 3, third one. Now it's width to be 60%, and from the top 67%. Now this number is a try or an error to see which one is working. This the number I find to work to position them nicely. So I save this, and you can see right here it create this little hamburger icon. Now we want little animation when you hover it, all them to be 100% with. So what we do, we add you say our mobile menu, this one, we hover it, hover on the line, have a background color, the accents, and a width of 100%. So background dash color, no, not this one. Width of 100%. So let's see. You see. So let I let transition to the line. So include transition. Save it, and now we have it right here. Nice. So let me get rid of this border right here. so it's nice. Now we have right here. So that's it for the header. But this is mobile first, so you can see it's mobile first, so we need it to be responsive. For example, let me start stretching it out. We're gonna set it like this, all devices. So it's good like this on the mobile and tablet, but when we pass mobile and tablet, we need that to start changing layout. So with that, we start working on the container. You can see everything just like stuck to the side, so we need some spacing, all of that. And with that, we work on the breakpoint responsive breakpoint using media query. So let me close this one out, and let's go back to our layout and choose the grid right here. See, inside of the HTML we have a container. Hero, we have container, and we see we had a container in many places. So here I will say that container, and I want this a smaller screen, like mobile screen. I want it to be have it width. So width or 90%. I save it. Nothing really happens. So I say margin 0 auto. I save it. Nothing happened because I need to import it instead of the main. So I come right here. I import layout. Great. So I save it. Now you can see if I comment this one up, everything is stuck on the side. As soon as it says width to be 90%, now it's still right here. So it's gonna be 90% of the screen width. So let's say I start stretching it out. You can see it look nice.